Playoff time, man. Playoff time is here.
CFP, baby. Come on.
Neither of our teams are in, man. Notre Dame got snubbed. We talked about that already.
Thanks for reminding me.
It's all right.
On to
man.
bigger and better things.
Yes.
This is one of the best weekends of college football. Let's just focus on that. That's
It
the better
is.
outlook.
Got 4 games, man. Playoff time is here, and I'm so glad they expanded it. Four was but
It's just
start
more
12
football.
now.
It's just more
Yeah.
football, and honestly, the four team this year would have been electric, though. If you look at the top four seeds where they're at, I think right now that would be an awesome 4-team playoff. But like you said, it doesn't matter. It's good that they expanded it. It's more football, more entertainment for us, the consumer.
Yeah, it would have been what? Indiana versus Texas Tech and Georgia versus Ohio State.
Yeah, and I mean, who's complaining about that? Those are two games.
That's a whole lot of red.
Whole lot of red. Come on.
But but it's not. And I'm sure
You
the
got a whole lot
playoff
of
will
red
be.
on.
I know, relax, bro, chill. I'm pretty sure the playoff will get expanded again to 16 teams here sooner rather than later.
That's
But
probably where we're headed, especially thanks to what you said, the Notre Dame snub and the outcry that caused, whether or not I agree nor disagree. But, yeah, that's where we're headed. 16 teams, most likely, going to be the outcome.
Yeah, but that's not the time now. But if you're not already following the Instagram and the YouTube, follow the Instagram and the YouTube AGM podcast on both, active on both every week. We're going to cover 4 games, the 4 playoff games happening this weekend. The first one on Friday, the next 3 on Saturday, the next day. We'll talk a little Sharon Moore and Michigan talk, head coaching search, and recap the Heisman. And, yeah, I guess we can just start with that, man. The more and more, no pun intended, Sharon Moore.
I was just going to say the more and more.
Like, the more that's
kind more.
It happened so fast, like the details that came out and him being in a jumpsuit in jail at a court hearing. It all happened so fast, and it's really sad to see, man. Like you don't want to see that for anybody. I know you can just point the finger at him, and obviously he knows that, but it's just a sad situation, man. It really is. I don't know, it just sucks. It sucks, but when you're in a position like that, you got to hold yourself accountable, and how can you hold a team accountable when you're not holding yourself accountable and stuff like that? And no wonder Michigan's been an undisciplined football team since Jim Harbaugh left, and their head coach is being undisciplined. So, yeah, man. A couple names been thrown out there. I like Kenny Dillingham in Arizona State. I'd like that a lot, but Kalen DeBoer as well. But what have you been thinking about the whole situation, and who do you think should be the head coach or whatever?
I mean, the situation itself is just bad for him personally. I'm just going to leave that alone. I mean, he's his own man, and he's got to deal with that as it is. Probably never coach again, especially at that level. But that's its own thing. Either way, he did a ton of damage just kind of in the overall aspect of things. I mean, I've already seen there was a guy or two that submitted their release forms from their intent from signing day, so I mean you already got some recruits trying to dip out, which hurts in the future.
Yeah,
but
I only saw 2.
Yeah, no, that's why, like I said, a guy or 2. It's not anything major, but that's just all stuff that's affected from. I mean, you got coaches that are probably going to look elsewhere, and just, I don't know, man. They're just behind the 8 ball in a lot of ways, and I think throwing out these names of coaches who already have extensions with schools is really just a waste of time. I mean, sure, you got to make them say no, but like Clark Lee, he's pretty committed to Vandy, man. Like, he ain't leaving nowhere.
Nah,
Dillingham,
he ain't even.
I don't really think Dillingham's leaving anywhere.
Okay, but that's the thing about him.
Like, they're both alumni guys from those schools. Like, they're pretty bought in.
That's the thing about Dillingham, though. Like, yeah, when they asked him that question and all, he really didn't. He kind of beat around the bush, and then he has this extension. He hasn't signed an extension yet, and he's been kind of real quiet about the whole thing now. And when they asked him that one question, he got emotional.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, you can kind of go either way. Like, yeah, that's his alma mater, and he loves it there, and his whole family lives on, like, the same street or whatever, but he also knows this is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
No, it is, and that's a big step.
Being a coach at Michigan?
Mid-level, I don't want to say mid-level Arizona State in the Big 12, but, I mean, they are. I don't think they're going to have repeats of last season consistently. So I think if he got the chance, he might jump at it. I like the opportunity of that a lot more than Clark Lee, though. I think he's actually pretty bought into what they have at Vandy. They're in the SEC. I mean,
I'm not even thinking about him, though. I heard he was...
that's what I mean. It's just the names I keep hearing floated out. And all.
Kalen DeBoer?
Now him,
you never know.
Now him, that's something that I think could be serious. But, I mean, he's obviously focused on trying to make a playoff run.
That's the thing about this. Like, I mean, it's all just rumors and speculation, but I heard they offered him and they gave him till after this game against Oklahoma or this weekend to have an answer, and Dillingham hasn't signed an extension yet. Like, it's crazy, but I don't know. I just hope they make the right decision. You can't mess this up. Dillingham would be great, man. He's young. He's a good recruiter. He developed some quarterbacks in his day. He's good, man. I would like that.
I think
That's the
agree.
whole thing.
I think I'd probably lean Dillingham as well. I don't know if I'm necessarily the biggest Kalen DeBoer fan.
I mean, he's just a winner. He wins everywhere he goes, and yeah, I don't know. I would love.
We
Dillingham.
talked about it earlier, and I mean, I know obviously they got put into the playoff at the end of the day, but they're still sitting here at 3 losses in the grand scheme of things, and once again didn't win the SEC. And a few weeks back, we talked about him being on the hot seat.
You thought he was on the hot seat. I was completely on the opposite side.
I didn't say you thought. I mean, we talked about it.
You brought it up.
But, man, you have to think if they don't get what I would call gifted that spot, him leaving is a lot more likely. Like, if they're not preparing for a game this weekend, I think him leaving would be almost a given. Maybe not I don't know. I'd say a given.
But you got to take the 3 losses with a grain of salt, though, because obviously the one was in the SEC championship, and you can't penalize them for playing an extra game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
No, sure.
But he also got boat raced. He also got boat raced in the game and embarrassed. And
by a team that he already beat. On the road.
It's fair, and I get that. And that's a whole other argument, but it's just the point that he hasn't really accomplished much there in the 2 seasons. And, I mean, if you want to be talking about born on third base, I would say walking into a team that was Saban built and a program that is of the standard of Alabama, I don't think he's really carried on that success well. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's still early, though. I can't disagree, but it's mad
I
early.
just think I don't think that the university and the fans would be mad if he did step away. Might be upset, but I don't think it would really ruin anyone's day.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not the conversation we're having, though. It's just all, who would they get after that? I mean, we don't know. I'm hoping for Dillingham, man. This game is going to be interesting. If Alabama comes out there and wins, they play a team that already beat them, and I think they should have won the first time around, but I don't know. You just never know. You never know.
Yeah. We'll see which route they go. They got to get it done, though. They got to get it. I feel like every day that passes by, it's like.
But you also can't rush it. I know they need to be. They have it. I know they have a sense of urgency, obviously, but you also can't rush it. It's not. I think after this weekend, after these 4 games, a lot of stuff is going to start really catching some momentum. And
People already announcing that they're hitting the portal and definitely going to want a head coach to try to sway guys to come to Michigan. And
that's the one thing about Michigan's backup quarterback entered the portal, and you could look at that a couple different ways too. Because obviously Sharon gets fired, and then you got all these talks about Bryce Underwood leaving, but Jaden Davis, quarterback too, leaving. Does he know that Bryce ain't leaving? Is that why he left? So that could answer a lot of questions for a number of different things, but only time will tell. We're just talking about something that only time will figure it out, but
I would assume that time's going to come within the next month, right? I mean, you got to assume.
Well, I told you after this weekend. This weekend, 10 to 15 days from the other day, I heard. Yeah, if Kalen DeBoer really is in these talks,
be straightened out and.
Well, no shit, bud. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on the Michigan basketball. I'm a Michigan fan all around. Basketball team looks phenomenal. Probably got the National Player of the Year, either him or Boozer from Duke. But your boy didn't win the Heisman, National Player of the Year in college football. Jeremiah Love. He would have been, if I was a voter, he would have been my vote. I know he got some number 1 votes, but. Yeah, Mendoza winning the Heisman, dude.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What are your initial thoughts? It's been a couple days now, but.
Overall, it's just a quarterback award. I think at the end of the day, it was going to go to the winner of the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, and we talked about that on here.
Yeah, and it did. Kind of is what it is. I think Jeremiah Love just didn't, see the full volume, and everybody wants to point at everyone's stats in the race this year. And I would argue to say that it is because, guys were sitting out in the fourth quarter and not playing a full game, because games weren't as competitive as maybe we hoped to be. And then also Jeremiah Love having Price behind him, cuts into production. So it is what it is. He won the Doak Walker, first running back in Notre Dame football history to do so. And I think that's just as big as a deal.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. He's probably the best Notre Dame running back of all time, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
to me, I don't know. You're going to always have old heads talking about Jerome Bettis or.
Yeah, and that's.
It's completely fair, but I think once we get a chance to really or he gets not we, but once he gets a chance to really showcase on Sundays and do that on a national scale, I think people will really be like, yeah, this guy's he's a insane talent.
Yeah, he obviously already declared for the draft, which is not a surprise to anyone. I like him. I like him, man.
Price gone. Price just did today.
Yeah, reload, but yeah, I like Jeremiah Love. I was telling people when I was watching, like, I love watching him play football. That's why I really want him to be in the playoff. I just love watching him play football, and we'll see that next year. Anxious to see where he ends up. Obviously, running backs don't go too early.
Man. Don't let it be KC.
You never know.
We don't want to see that.
But what did Diego Pavia? He didn't take him not winning the award very well.
No, man, he had to have a whole
apology.
Yeah, Chad GPT or public relations team put out an apology, whatever it was, man. That was ugly. I don't know. He was in the club's bottle service and messages about Mendoza and the voters and all that. I don't know. It was ugly. But I think it was just really more of his last hurrah, man. I mean, I think it was something he felt he should have won just in terms of stats and kind of the moments he had with Vandy, bringing them into a competitive season. But
yeah, but he also is that type of guy, though. He just likes having the whole spotlight on him, and I think he kind of knows, like, now that the Heisman's over and he didn't win, we're not watching the Vandy Bowl game. He's not going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Like, it's just...
So, I mean, it was the last hurrah. I mean, he's definitely going to get a shot. He's very talented. Great college quarterback. No doubt about that. It was just interesting. I don't know. You see all the pageantry around it and all those guys try to act like they're cool and everything. And then as soon as the ceremony breaks up, he's out, dogging on Mendoza and everything. Who, by the way, probably wouldn't say a bad thing about Pavia, even if you tried to pay him.
No. And that's why, and that's the... I don't know. I have no problem with Mendoza winning. Obviously, he played phenomenal this year. They were undefeated. They won the Big Ten. They're the number one team in the country, and yeah.
It's a hell of a story. I mean, you want just put the stats to the side and kind of look at it from the outside, look at where he's playing, kind of put Signetti's situation, being a second-year head coach, in there as well. To be undefeated, beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, in a game that like we said, I think they truly wanted to win.
Oh, yeah.
Steal that moment from them. I think it really is a special season. So he is deserving, very deserving.
Yeah, I don't got a problem with it at all. It was kind of the year where, I mean, the last few years we've kind of had that, like, one guy, or maybe two, where they're just going crazy. Obviously, Ashton Chenty and Travis Hunter last year, they just, like, felt like Heisman the entire year. This year, you didn't really have that one guy who was out there. I don't know. It was kind of a weird year for the Heisman, and I think a lot of people would agree. Like, it was just kind of...
Well, I mean, we're talking at the beginning of the year, we had guys like Nussmeier up there, Arch, and then
DJ Lagway.
Immediately they just that burned.
That went by the wayside. Yeah, that went by the wayside really quick.
Yeah, and then it just started flip flopping. Like Carson Beck getting dropped out too as well. So
yeah, but yeah, nonetheless, man, it is what it is. Fernando or Heisman, whatever you say, I don't fucking know.
Heisman-Doza. We're not going to try to do anything of that. We're just going to...
But we do got 4 games that we're going to cover. That's what the people want to hear. They don't care about us yapping. I know the playoff time, it's a whole new season. It's a whole new season for everybody. Everyone's 0-0. You finished the regular season 38-38. I was 38-41. But right now we're 0-0. We have a chance to fresh start, a fresh slate, new beginnings. And we got 4 games to cover. And we can just start with the Friday night game, Alabama-Oklahoma. At Oklahoma. These teams already played. Oklahoma won 20, I believe, not too long ago, probably about a month ago, a couple weeks ago.
In Alabama.
At Alabama. I watched a lot of that game, and Alabama just shot themselves in the foot, man. Like, they played so horribly, in my opinion, and still had a chance to win. Yeah, and obviously they're going to want their get back. It's a playoff game. Kalen DeBoer got all this drama going on with him, with these whole Michigan whatever, but... Saw the line. Alabama was 1.5-point favorites yesterday. That's flopped now, flip-flopped to Oklahoma being 1.5-point favorites. What do you like in this one? Who you got?
I guess first off, when you said the record there, it kind of made me a little bit sad. Ended the year 500.
Yeah, you're sad about 500, man.
Well, I know, man, but we're talking about me right now. We'll get to you.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm disappointed in myself, man. A few weeks ago, we were sitting right here, and I said 60%. Buddy, I almost fell below 50. I reeled into the end of the year at 500 on the dot. That's not good.
But
not
you
good.
have to look at it from both sides, though. The whole year, you were kind of below 500. You were just trying to fight and scratch and
Yeah,
claw
no, I
to
just
get
hit
to
a
500.
mid-year stretch.
Right. And then you had a little bit of a bump in the road at the end. Like,
So you're saying
shit's
it's only
hard.
up from here, right? So you're saying we're gonna.
Hell yeah. As long as we got the same picks, because fuck.
Well, let's find out. Let's find
Yeah.
out. For this one, I don't know. It's a little bit tough, but I'm going to take Oklahoma to go ahead and just do it again. I know everyone says it's hard to beat a team twice, da-da-da-da-da. But
God.
that doesn't sound great. Already off to a rough start.
Yeah.
But either way, they got the hard part out of the way, man. They already beat them on the road. I know, like you were saying, Alabama shot themselves in the foot, gave themselves a chance to win, still didn't win. And now you got to try to find a way to scratch and claw and get a W on the road. And I think Oklahoma is going to be very prepared. Obviously, had plenty of time going into this weekend. And the defense is astounding. I think it's one of the better defenses I've ever watched with my own eyes. Obviously, I've seen them in a few games in full this year, that being one of them. They are super impressive. They just wreak havoc, get after the quarterback. I just think once like Ty Simpson starts to reel a little bit and struggle, mistakes add up, and he doesn't really find a way to reel it back in. So I just think they'll take advantage of that and find a way to win again. So I'm taking OU.
And that's fine. And the whole trending up thing that we just talked about, I'm going to take Alabama. I liked Alabama when they were the favorite, when they were favored by 1.5, and now that they're the underdog, I like it even more. I think it's a lot of people are going to have a little bit of recency bias with them just kind of getting dog walked in the SEC championship by a great Georgia team. You know this. And you already said it. It's hard to beat a team twice. It's fucking hard, man. Like it's truly one of the hardest things to do in any sport. And yes, Oklahoma's defense is great. Their run game is still not great. I think ever since Mateer's hand injury, and we kind of saw the same thing with Curtis Rourke last year, it's just really not the same after that, and his numbers haven't been the same. He's looked like he's been a little bit better. But I like Alabama, man. Like, they're still Alabama. They're still really good. I think the rumors, or not the rumors, but all the speculation gets shut down. Kalen DeBoer goes out there on the road, wins a playoff game for Alabama. And then Dillingham is the head coach at Michigan the next day. But no, I seriously like Alabama. They have a great defense as well. I like Ty Simpson. They also have struggled to run the ball a little bit. But yeah, I haven't seen Jam Miller on any injury report. He's had a while to get healthy. I like Jam Miller. That opens up the run game and then obviously opens up the pass game as well. So yeah, I like Alabama. I like them as a favorite, so I'm definitely going to take them as the underdog.
Yeah. It's going to be I mean, you see the spread 1.5. It's flip flopping. It's going to be a game where it comes down to the fourth quarter. I don't see either team pulling away by 2 scores. I just hope to God it's not a snooze fest. I know both these defenses are really good, and just don't want to start the CFP season off with a 17-10 or. I mean, we might. It's not too bad.
I mean, it's playoff ball, man. Playoff ball is good.
It
will never be a snooze
no matter
fest.
What, I'm not mad about it, but just don't want to see sloppy ball from Alabama again, I should say. Just want to see a little bit more of a crisp game.
Yeah, and I think they're going to do it. It's Friday, man. Like, Friday night, I'm going to be sitting there after a long work week, probably watching it with my girl. I'm going to take Alabama money line, man. I see it's at even money right now, so.
Is that what it is? Plus 100? Just right now? Just straight up plus 100?
It says, I'm on the Score app, so it just says even. But yeah, that's obviously plus 100. I can check Hard Rock real quick. That's no problem. But yeah, I like Alabama, man. Like I said, they already beat Georgia, So if people want to make their opinions and make their game picks based off how Alabama looked in the SEC championship, which a lot of people would say is the best conference in college football, then whatever. But yeah, minus 105.
Top to bottom. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Minus 105.
But to that point, yeah, top to bottom, the SEC is the best conference in college football. I've come to that realization. And it is what it is. If you want to argue with a wall. It's just delusion to think it's not.
I mean, there's argument, but yeah. I mean, especially with Indiana right now, Ohio State, Oregon.
Yeah,
Penn State obviously was a letdown. Michigan was a letdown.
Kind of ends there. Right now, in terms of
it kind of doesn't.
Kind of ends there.
How many? Let's see. I'm counting how many SEC teams are in the playoff because I should know this. 1, 2.
I want to say it's 5?
4 in Georgia. Yeah, it's 5. And the Big Ten has 3, but 3 are in the top 5. If you were talking about the 14 playoff, Big Ten has 2 teams. SEC has 1.
No, there's an argument for quality over quantity, for sure.
Yeah, but that's a conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
I got Alabama. I got Alabama winning the game.
All right, we're head-to-head in that one. We're head-to-head in that one.
And then
another quick point I wanted to make was just I'm a big Isaiah Satania fan. And that was another thing, man. They got playmakers. I know I've kind of highlighted another receiver on that team earlier in the year too. So I just like them at home. And when we talked about running the ball, that's one thing that Mateer can do a little bit better than Ty Simpson is make plays outside of the pocket. So that was another kind of piece I wanted to include there as to why I took Oklahoma.
And that's fair. That's one thing that scares me is it being at Oklahoma at night. Really tough place to play. I don't even know if I would call Alabama a wounded dog, really. I mean, they're the underdog. They're coming off a loss. Kind of seems like everyone's shitting on them right now.
I was going to say, they're definitely going to have a chip on their shoulder, you would think, with conversation with everyone saying they shouldn't even be there and their coach wanting to maybe leave. And
yeah, I like that. I like that wounded dog chip on their shoulder mentality. But yeah, that's enough of that. Next game, Miami versus Texas A&M at Texas A&M. This is a noon game, not going to be a night game. There, when I first looked at this game, I haven't felt great about Miami all year. I've bet against them, I've bet with them. I don't think I've hit a bet on Miami all year. So with this pick I'm about to make, you can do whatever you want with it. But when I first saw it, I wanted to hammer Texas A&M, but I'm gonna have to take Miami with the 3.5. They got weapons, man. As much as I don't like Carson Beck, what's that about? What is that about?
On the same page, baby. Come on.
I just think the 3.5 is a tricky line anyways. We talk about that all the time on this podcast. That 3.5 and that 7.5, that stuff like that. Like I can see Texas A&M winning by 3. I can see it being like a 27-24 or 24-21 type of game. Something in me tells me that Texas A&M is kind of on a like they got beat by Texas at home. They obviously probably should have got beat by South Carolina. That was an abysmal start. They've kind of been off for a little while. I know Miami has too, but I think Miami's going to win, or I know Miami's going to cover.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Miami's kind of been the opposite of off. They obviously stumbled midway through the season, but to end it,
yeah, they're definitely
they finished strong.
Momentum.
Yeah,
they're playing well.
Strong. But obviously, I already made it clear. Rolling the same way with you, taking Miami. And when I pulled up the preview and was just kind of looking over everything in terms of stats on the season, oh my goodness. I mean, it's very glaring that A&M is limping into this game, and they're starting to reel a little bit. Obviously, teams picking up on tendencies and everything, but just a couple things I noticed. A&M's bad on third down. I wouldn't say they're horrible, but definitely middle of the road, and that's one of Miami's big strong points. They only allow a 29.4 conversion percentage on third down, which is that's elite. And then also A&M, their turnover margin is -7. Ranking 111th in the country. That's pretty bad. I would say that's not great. Going into a game against a great defense where Miami's standing at +9 in that same stat. So those two things right there, we're talking third down percentage, we're talking turnover ratio. Two things are obviously trailing in. Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to hate watch Miami, just those two things just smack me right in the face.
And this is kind of a hate watch for both. Or on both teams, man. These are the two teams that Notre Dame got beat by to ultimately eliminate them from the playoffs. So it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and that is what it is. And both teams beat them. Both teams should be there. But I just think Miami's kind of in a better spot right now overall.
Yeah.
No,
they
Texas
are.
A&M's been playing. That's probably the best game of the weekend, though. I mean,
it's
going to be
Alabama, Alabama, Oklahoma is up there as well. But yeah, this is definitely. For sure. And Tulane and James Madison aren't playing in this game. So.
Yeah, I only like this as opposed to Alabama, Oklahoma because this is one that we don't really see. We don't really see Miami and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So I feel like a CFP matchup is a pretty particular time where we get a rare chance to see it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, I feel very good about this pick. I feel better about this pick than any other picks I've made and I'm going to make.
I would hope the world already knows about Malachi Toney, but if not, man, get ready to learn him. Get ready.
What do they call him? They call him Baby Jesus or something. I mean, that's kind of weird.
I don't know. I'm not that deep into the Miami lore, but
I heard it was in high school.
That. Yeah, okay. Either way, he's unreal, and I'm excited to watch him Saturday play football.
He is good. Yeah, I feel good about that pick, man. I feel great about it. But we got two more, man. Tulane, Ole Miss. Ole Miss 17.5-point favorites. These teams have already played this year. Ole Miss beat them 42-10, 45-10, excuse me, at Ole Miss. And granted, that game was on, it was a while ago, September 20th. So, yeah, it's been a minute. Tulane's obviously playing well. I don't know how Ole Miss is going to react with no Lane Kiffin. It's kind of probably been weird vibes in that building. I don't know, when your head coach leaves and the way he left and all the drama that came with it, it can be tough. And 17.5 is a lot. When you talk about, Tulane is a playoff team. I think people have it, quote unquote, an issue with James Madison being in, but I don't think really anyone's mad about Tulane making it with them being that next conference champion. This one was tough for me, man. I'm not gonna lie. I want to take Tulane so bad, man. I really do, just because they've already played and they got dog walked by 35, but I just can't. Something in me, I can't do it. Ole Miss might have that chip on their shoulder and try to prove that they can win without their head coach. I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover, man. It's hard for me to take these teams, these group of 5 teams against these SEC Big Ten teams. So, yeah, I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking Ole Miss, and just like what you said there, trusting these group of 5 teams in this spot. I think it was Josh Pate. I was listening to him talk. He was saying that, when these big Power 4 schools get into these situations where they're in these round 1 games, this is the one opportunity in the season where they're laser focused on this school and this school only. If you don't win, there is no next week. You are locked in. You're not thinking about going and playing Washington in a rivalry game on the road next week, knowing you got to win that. This is your season. So I think it's just pedal to the metal. And then going off the whole Lane Kiffin situation, I honestly think they handled that great. They ended up hiring Pete Golding, which was in-house.
Their D coordinator.
Yeah, I think the fan base is really happy about it. I think team's really happy about it. So I honestly think they did an A+ job from that end of it. Obviously, we'll see how the result is on the field, but in terms of keeping the noise kind of away from the team and going into the game, we'll see. Obviously, you see what the talent on talent matchup looks like. 45-10, pretty grotesque for a playoff matchup that we're sitting here about to watch in December. Yeah. So if it was 45-10, who knows what it actually could have been if we're leaving starters in and everything. So I think I can trust the cover.
And, with it being 3 months ago, I guess you can say Ole Miss, or you can say Tulane got better, but I know Ole Miss also got better. And there's just levels to this stuff, man. There's just levels to it, and I don't see a world where Tulane even gets close to covering. I really feel this way because I took SMU last year against Penn State. I believed in these small schools so much.
Do you think this is it? Just with all of the outcry, with wanting to make sure that we do get the best teams, do you think if these games are out of hand with JMU and Tulane, that's going to be the indicator it needs adjusted?
I think there's going to be a conversation about it for sure, and I think everyone already wants 16 teams in, especially what happened this year with teams getting left out of the playoff. And it's cool for these small schools, for the James Madison to get in, but I'd much rather see Notre Dame versus Oregon right now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Denying that. I think Group of 5 should 100% be allowed to be included.
Yeah.
You go 12-0, you go 12-0. If you're ranked in the top 16, be my guest, man. Just don't necessarily know if I am on board with guaranteeing them a spot.
And I really like what you said about when these big schools are laser focused on 1 week and they got one task. They got this is it. It's a win or go home. And Ole Miss fully locked in on Tulane. It's been that way for a while. And I don't even really think Tulane. I watched that. I took North Texas when they played Tulane in that championship game. North Texas lost themselves the game. Kind of weird interceptions, tipped off a helmet or something. Muffed punt that landed straight into a Tulane guy's hands and walked in the end zone. It was so weird. It was just, I wanted North Texas to win that game, and I fully believe they should have, but they didn't. But Tulane's on their way out. I think they get beat by 20. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like 40-20.
Yeah,
it's just,
and that's somewhat respectable, I guess, in the world. Obviously you'd like to see them cover to consider it respectable. 40-20 is not,
That's why when you see these numbers,
40-20 is not 45-10. That's for sure.
Yeah, and when you see these numbers, 17.5 may be a big number, but when you put a score out like that, you're like, that doesn't seem too crazy, but. Yeah, we both got Ole Miss covering, and we can move on to James Madison and Oregon. Night game out there. I like Dan Lanning, man. James Madison, pretty sure they're 122nd in strength of record. That's horrible. I don't think they should be in at all. I watched a little bit of that championship game they were playing in, and they didn't look great. And there's just levels to it, man. Oregon playing a home playoff game. I think Oregon wins 35-3. I don't think it's going to be close. I'm going to take Oregon. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. This is a pick I felt great about since Selection Sunday.
Yeah, and they're not going to try to be special with it either, I don't think, and they're not going to need to be. They'll just let Dante Moore go out there, throw the ball around a little bit. Definitely not going to get too complex. But like you said, it's just a matter of levels, and we're talking, a new Sun Belt team. Obviously, I understand that they won it, and they've been competitive since they've been in the Sun Belt. What are we talking about?
They are. One thing I did want to point out when I was looking in this game, I'm a big fan of, my team is a run the ball, play defense type of team, and that's what James Madison does. They're 5th in the country in rushing offense, and they're 2nd in the country in rushing defense, and 2nd in total yards on defense. So they can play defense, and obviously this is the biggest game of every single player on that team's life.
Yeah, and they hear the noise too, man. All these guys,
they hear the noise. Yeah, and 21.5 is a lot. It is a lot. Like, this could be a 41-21 kind of a little hook spot, but I still don't believe that. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the schedule and how they've been playing recently. There's levels to it, man. They're playing Oregon at night. Ooh, buddy. You don't want to be there. But, yeah, Dante Moore, I think they're going to rip them apart. You look at these numbers, they are good on defense. Shit. 12th in passing defense. 10th in points. 5th on third down. They get off the field. Obviously, 2nd in total yards, 2nd in rushing, but, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too when I was looking at the preview as well, was all their rankings nationally, and I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty damn good. But then also you got to weigh in strength of schedule, strength of record, all that good stuff, and you see why.
Yeah, they squeaked by Washington State, they squeaked by Marshall, squeaked by Louisiana, the Raising Cajuns, love it. I know they played competitive against Louisville, first or second game of the year, but that was first or second game of the year.
Yeah, I think they 28-14 against Louisville. That was the final score for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's decent.
No.
But this ain't Louisville.
It's not. And this isn't week 2.
You got any matchups throughout the playoff? Just kind of, I'm looking at the bracket here. Do you have any matchups that you want to see specifically?
Yeah, I love. And when I make this game pick, that's probably the Miami and Texas Tech game. The winner plays Ohio State. I think it's going to be a phenomenal game, whichever team ends up winning that game. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that. Miami and Texas A&M, whichever one of those teams play Ohio State, and then Indiana plays the winner of Alabama-Oklahoma. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have the bracket pulled up right now, but yeah, I'm just going off the top of my head. Yeah, I think that'll be electric. Ole Miss kind of has a weird little path. But yeah, I like
they would just get a shot at Georgia, which
yeah, and you never know with the SEC teams going at it.
We're going obviously. I think everybody's probably on board with it, but we're going to get Oregon and Texas Tech, most likely, in the next round. I think that game should be awesome. Everybody wants to see that. And then moving past that, you got a prediction? Did we already do winner predictions, overall winners?
For the whole playoff?
Yeah. Did we do that?
We talked a little bit about the teams we would like. We should do a bracket. We should do an AGN bracket and post that. We could do that after this. I'm going to root for Texas Tech to win. I think it'd be really cool for them to win. I have no beef with Texas Tech. They're also really fucking good. So yeah, I think they'd be my pick. I know there's great value in that if you wanted to bet on it, but yeah, I'll be rooting for them to win it. I don't really care. I don't want to see Ohio State win it. I don't want to see Oregon win it. And I don't care about Indiana winning it.
Because I had said, I think my 2 picks were Georgia and Ohio State.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, you want to go through the slate, go through your picks real quick? I think we were on board with all but one.
Yep, I'm going to do mine. I got Alabama covering the 1.5. I love the money line. I'm going to take the money line. The pick I feel best about, Miami covering the 3.5. I think they win the game also. And then Ole Miss and Oregon both beating the snot out of those teams that maybe should be in, maybe shouldn't, but who the hell am I?
The participation trophy winners.
Yeah. Alabama, Miami covering, Ole Miss. Alabama, Miami winning, Ole Miss, and Oregon covering, and obviously winning.
All right, don't get too far out of yourself. Take your points and run.
Yeah.
But yep, my side here, I'm going Oklahoma -1.5, Miami to cover the 3.5, Ole Miss to dominate, and Oregon as well.
Yeah, so Saturday, we're locked in Saturday. We're on the same page the entire
Tomorrow's to
day.
be a fun head-to-head. Excuse me.
Friday.
Not tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah, don't get me excited, man. I got to go to work the next 2 days. But yeah, man, new season, too. Our records are 0-0 now. 0-0. We can fill out a little bracket, too.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
Yeah.
It's for shits and giggles. You got anything else you want to update the people on, or anything you want to leave note?
I mean, yeah, I guess Christmas time's coming around. I just bought some Christmas gifts today. Coming back to Ohio on Monday. It's going to be colder than all hell. It's been really nice here. I'm still wearing shorts and a t-shirt on my breaks at work. It's 68 degrees here right now at 7 o'clock, and where you're at, it's 36, which isn't bad. 36 is good, actually.
No, man, I woke up for work, and I walked outside to start my car. I was fully prepared to just get smacked with, 5 degrees, and I was actually like, damn. I was like, holy smokes, I could rock shorts to work today and feel all right.
I'm looking at the weather now.
Yeah, blood's starting to get thicker, man. I'm getting used to it.
Next week, I'm going to be there Monday through Saturday. Monday, the high is only 34, but the rest of the week, 44, 45, 44, and 53. So, hey, I ain't going to be doing as bad as I thought. Because, this Florida heat, man, it makes you weak. I was telling my parents, I was telling my parents, I usually leave for work about 6:20, 6:30. Dude, this whole last week, it was 50 degrees, 50, 55 when I leave for work. Freezing, man. I got a Carhartt hoodie on with my heat on in my car. And to think about where I was last year, waking up at 4:45 to go start my car and clear my windshield off with snow, and it being 10 degrees. And I was all right, but now it's 50, 55, and I'm out here shivering. So yeah, that's not good for me. But it's not.
Well, you're about to get a full serving of it here coming. So get ready to learn Ohio.
That's why when I look at these numbers, I'm saying, 34, 44, 45, it's
doable.
It is, but it's still gonna feel different, man. It's gonna feel a lot better than what it was for you guys last week. What about you? What's up with you? You got anything new to update the people on? It was just your birthday, man. Happy belated Big 25, you old mother.
Yes, sir, man. Big 25, quarter century years old, and that is crazy to say.
Yeah, man. We should have said something about that before. Old man, that beard makes you look 35, but you're only 25.
Come on, big dog. Come on.
Man, you don't got shit.
Yeah, just a thick stash. But yeah, I didn't do too much. Man. I watched some ball this weekend. Steelers got a big win Monday night to wrap up the weekend for that. Rodgers out here slinging it, looking great.
Were you just at home the whole weekend? What did you do for your birthday? You had any special plans? Did you go have a couple cold ones?
No. Just
no cold ones?
No cold ones, man. Just a low-key birthday weekend. Had some family dinner. Got some good lasagna. Got some cherry cheesecake.
Yeah, man. You still got some of that cheesecake?
I'm sure it's around. It's not
at your house?
It would be at my dad's house.
Why? I was going to say I'll pull up on Monday and come grab me a slice, but I'll forget about that.
It was top tier. Cheesecakes by battle, man. If you're not familiar, if you're in the Massillon, Canton, Stark County area,
damn,
tap in.
Free shout-outs.
It was that good.
But all right, man. Oh, and we'll have our playoff brackets posted. We got to fill those out, and then post these picks online or on the Instagram. Post a video on YouTube, and follow the pages. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the Instagram, and man, that's all I got. Playoff time. I'm ready for it.
Coming down to the end, folks. Enjoy it. This is it.
We are.
We got 6 weeks. 6 weeks of consistent ball every weekend. So.
Yeah, that fucking blows.
Lock in and watch every single game you possibly can.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Friday night, I'm going to be watching it.
Is this it? Is this going to be the last episode before Christmas? Is this it?
Christmas is on Thursday, right?
Yeah, we'll get one more in. We'll probably get one more in.
Yeah, I got to bring my stuff. Now I got to bring my stuff. Roles are reversed, but it won't be nothing.
All right, man.
Good luck. Good luck on the picks. Go win that game, man. You got a big game tonight. All right, brother. I'll talk to you.
Take it easy, everyone.